All right. Well, fun times. Okay, let's do this again. So what happened is Zoom decided to crash, and I'm trying to fix this really fast. Let me first, hold on a minute. Yeah, Zoom definitely crashed. Give me a second, y'all. This was not planned. Zoom is being zoomy. All right, y'all. Zoom is being zoomy. I'm gonna quickly sort this out. Give me a second. If you guys are in chat, please let me know if you're here, because it's not. Okay. So, if you guys are here, let me know. Zoom is being quite zoomy this evening. No, what day is it? This afternoon, whatever the heck day it is. So I'm trying to get this sorted out. Bear with me, please. I'm not sure what's happening here. I'm not getting anything. Hold on a minute. Okay, let me. Okay. Again. Ugh, I just put up a new link. Did you see it? All right, hold on, folks. Okay. We're gonna replicate. We're gonna try this again. Okay, I think we're still up. The first stream went down, but the second stream is up. So we're gonna hope to, pray to whatever higher power that you believe in that this is gonna stay up. Zoom decided it was gonna crash, so just give me a few minutes here. Let me get sorted out. This is kind of unexpected. I think I got it sorted out, though. I think we have more than just me watching. Lawrence is watching. Sorry about that, Lauren. I don't know what happened. Zoom decided to be quite zoomy this afternoon, so fun times. Okay, we're just going to get started. Tell everybody you know about the new link. I feel very unhappy that what just happened, but can't control it. So again, just tell everybody you know about the link, about the stream, and yeah, we're gonna get started, I guess. All right, we're good to go. We have 4 people watching. Okay, I think you guys see my stream. Okay, anyways, let's just start this over. Take 2. All right, hello everyone. We're gonna do a stream about all the AI tools I use for work and play and life and everything. So let me go ahead and get things sorted out here. So we're gonna be talking about AI and everything AI. Y'all may know or may not know that I love AI. I'm an AI fanatic, and I think I may have more AI tools than everybody combined. I mean, I'm not kidding, but maybe I am. I don't know. But we're going to get started and we're going to talk about every AI tool. We're going to talk about them from an accessibility perspective, kind of. Some of these tools are pretty obvious, like ChatGPT, but I'm still going to go over them. But mainly, I'm going to talk about the AI tools I use at work. But I'm also going to dive into the AI tools I use for my life. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to do some screen reader demos, but not a whole lot, just kind of a general overview. And for the coding tools, we're going to make a personal website, kind of. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. We have Lauren watching us, and I'm going to see who else is in the chat. If you guys are in the chat, say hi. That way I know everybody's watching. Yeah. Okay. Michael's gonna blow up the chat. Well, Michael, I would love that attitude. Just make sure that I can keep up because I don't have a TTS bot. So, but thank you for blowing up the chat. I will do the best that I can to keep the tabs on the chat. And if the chat blows up too much, it just may have to be a watch me dual chat live stream. So who knows? Yeah, I don't know. So go ahead and tell everybody. And by the way, we're having a giveaway. So, yes, let's talk about that in a minute. So, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, which I hope we do because it's about dang time, I'm going to be giving away a free version. Yes, that's right, free of one of my courses on the Techopolis Courses platform. And did you know that I taught on the Techopolis Courses platform and I still do? Well, if you go to takecourses.net, you can see all the courses that I teach along with other instructors. And you guys can sign up for them. Some of them are free and some of them are paid. And if you are a blind information technology specialist member, you should get a promo code from the BITS member corner for your courses. You can get a 50% off discount. So go check that out. And it's joinbits.org to join BITS. And that's an ACB affiliate. There's other ways that you can be a part of the Techopolis All Access, but you get access to all of our courses, including ones that I teach. And if you really haven't had enough of my voice already, which I'm sure many of you have. But that's kind of a little bit about me. And then also Michael Doise is in the chat, and he works and runs Techopolis, and I work for him, so he gets to deal with me every day. And let's get me the most views I've ever had. Thank you, Michael. Are you trying to make my stream great again? I won't say where that came from. But anyways, let's get done with the politics. We're done with those. And let's get started with AI. Let me check my chat. And by the way, let's get me to 700 subs, please, folks. Let's just do it. And if you do, I'm going to be very happy with you. Okay, we had 70 views last night. And we're going to get more than that today. Okay, we had 12 people watching. So let's get started with some AI tools. Let's see, what should I start with? Let me close out Discord and WhatsApp. You guys are blowing up my WhatsApp messages, which is great. But you could be coming into my stream. That's always helpful. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a little stupid. And if you are going to CSUN, unfortunately, you're not going to see me there. However, if there's any cool announcements, especially relating to AI, I may go live in the middle of the week talking about that. But I'm not going to be at CSUN. Sorry, but it's just too expensive. But if you really want me at CSUN next year, how about you go tell Michael? Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, so let me check chat and see what we're gonna do here. And then we're gonna get started with some tools. Okay, so let's start. I'm gonna share my screen now, and I'm gonna start off sharing with no sound, but I will share sound a little bit. Okay. So here's how this stream is gonna work. So first we're going to talk about what the tool does, how it works, and then I'm going to give you a demo, okay? And I'll also show you how to download it and pricing. We can't forget about the cost because that's always important. We don't want to blow your budget out of the water, okay? I'm not going to be responsible for your financial irresponsibleness. That's not really a word, but your financial impulsiveness. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, yes, I'm not going to be responsible for anybody's financial irresponsibleness. You guys do this at your own risk, but AI is amazing, so I always show all the AI tools I can and all the AI tools I have. And maybe some I don't have it, but maybe you guys should, help me get there by making me get monetized. Anyway, enough of the personal bragging. Let's get started. I'm going to start off with Cursor. This is my daily driver at work. And let me explain what Cursor is. Cursor is a fork of VS Code. Fork meaning that it has most of the same features, but they added their own little spice to it. Always helpful. And they added a AI sidebar where it can help you do a lot of AI stuff, right? Cursor is an AI-powered IDE or integrated development environment. It's like Visual Studio Code. It has all the same extensions, but it has its own little flair. Now, I will say that if you're looking to be having the most accessible AI tool in the market, this is for sure not it. That's right. I'm using an inaccessible tool. Now, don't try to get off the stream because I'm using an inaccessible tool. I know somebody's typing a comment saying, "You're promoting accessibility. Use all accessible tools." Look, folks, I'm going to say this right now, and I might have to say this again later. If you want me to use all accessible tools, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to get my work done. I'll say that again. If you want me to use all accessible tools, my work may not get done. Why is that? Most tools we use these days are not accessible. The internet is not made for a whole bunch of blind people. Okay? And I know people are going to be typing some comments, but just hear me out here. You sometimes have to use tools that may not be the most accessible. They may be usable, but they're not compliant with WCAG guidelines. And especially in this little political climate that unfortunately some of us in the US are living through right now, not going through details, but I'm just trying to say here, accessibility may not be the best all around, and you just have to deal with it. It can be workable. It may not be the most efficient, but it gets the job done. Okay, so anyways, let's just get that out of the way before people type comments. And again, I don't mind chat messages, but chat messages saying that, oh, you're not using accessible tools, I'm not going to be very happy about because I already just said why I'm not using that. But Cursor, not the most accessible, but it helps a lot with coding. It's written by, well, Cursor. They're a company out of San Francisco, and they are amazing. They use Claude 3.7 Sonnet and all the Claude models, and they have what's called agent mode, where it can help you write things in real time. And we're going to actually demonstrate that. And what I'm going to do temporarily is I'm going to turn on my speech so you guys could understand how it works. We're going to make a little bit of a personal website kind of thing. I don't know. I might just decide. You know what? Actually, to spice things up, I'm going to have Cursor decide what we're going to make. Or you guys could say what you want me to make in chat. So either way, we're going to make something. I said personal website because I didn't know what we're going to make. Whoa! We're going to be giving everybody 50% off of Techopolis All Access this stream only. So you guys better stick around. I don't know what you're waiting for, but if you don't stick around, you're going to lose out on 50% on Techopolis All Access. And I'm just telling you right now that Techopolis All Access has the best courses on the market. Yes, I work for Techopolis, but I'm saying this without a biased opinion. So if you don't wait and if you leave right now to go see your parents, I understand why you got to go do that. But look, you're going to be missing out on 50%. And I'm telling you, that is going to be a game changer. So I don't care if you got to watch the stream on the airport or the plane or whatever. Just get your promo code and sign up for Techopolis All Access because I'm telling you, this is going to be a marvelous promo code. So thank you, Michael, for doing this for us. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Michael, you can also promote this on the Mastodon or other things. So go ahead and do that. Okay. Go ahead and promote this on Mastodon or do other things. Everybody should go share this with one friend. If you do that, we'll have 8 people watching. And then those people can go share it with one of their friends. And then we'll have 16 people watching. Everybody should go share it with one friend and then say in the chat that you did it so that I know you guys shared it with one person. Or just post it on your social media. Say, look, this is an amazing content creator, called Taylor. Well, maybe I'm amazing. I don't know, depending on what you guys think about me. But, just say that I'm sharing all my AI tools. Again, this may not happen for a while, so, make sure that you stay tuned. And please just keep going ahead and, share it with everybody. So, anyways, let's get started again with Cursor. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. I'm looking at chat messages and, I've got 3 or 4 different social media notifications every minute, which is amazing. But yeah, and also, feel free to follow me on Mastodon or X or Twitter or whatever it's called this week. Tayart and Tayart at Techopolis.social on Mastodon. And Michael, you can put all those in the chat or, things like that. So, Cursor, Cursor, Cursor. Let's see. I'm going to do a demo and I'm going to show you how to install it. So I'm going to go to cursor dot oh so it's curser.com. It looks like this. Just looks like a plain website. Oh, wait a minute. What? This isn't right. Oh, cursor.com is for sale. Hold on a minute. My apologies. Cursor. You know, it really makes sense between E and R. Right? I'm sorry, an E and a whatever, right? Cursor.com. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Pretty simple. So features, the AI code editor. Now there's also something called Windsurf. I don't personally use Windsurf. The reason is it doesn't work with ARM PCs, and I have an ARM PC. So if you're not going to work with my type of architecture, I'm not going to use you. Plain and simple. Yes, Cursor is the best way to code with AI. Download for Windows. All downloads. Trusted by engineers at, and there's companies here. Shopify. OpenAI. Even people who work with OpenAI and on OpenAI use Cursor, people. So that's how amazing it is. Replicate, Perplexity, and look, they have their own tool. Midjourney, Samsung, Instacart, Ramp, Versal. Tab. Okay, so Cursor lets you read through changes by predicting your next edit. So long story short, it's an amazing tool. All right, let's do a demo here real quick. So I'm going to show you. Let's see here. I'm going to check chat before we do a demo. Roberto, face blue smiling. Thank you, Roberto, for joining the chat and joining our stream. Really, really appreciate it, everybody. Again, share it with your friends. Thank you for signing up to Tech Apples All Access. We really appreciate it. I think you're amazing and you do a great job. Thank you, everybody. Lauren, thank you for signing up. So again, we got a lot of people in the chat. Thank you, everybody. And again, if you share it with your friends, mailing lists, I don't know, just, tell the internet that I exist. All right. Anyways, let's do a demo here real quick. I'm all over the place today. I'm telling you. I don't know. This time change, I think, has had an impact on me today. So let's talk about Cursor. I'm going to do a demo. Oops. I'm going to share my sound. I better make sure that it's... The reason I'm going to share my sound is because I want to show the accessibility of Cursor. So trust me, if you hate robot text-to-speech, it won't last long. But I guarantee you, if you endure for like 5 or 10 minutes, you'll be able to get to a part where you won't hear robots. So just come on, stick with it, people. But I need to share accessibility because ultimately that's how I am. Okay. Okay. So it's at 35%. So let me share my screen and my sound. Okay, select this option. All right, can everybody hear my chat? I mean, my sound. I guess I'll have to go look at it, the chat manually because I don't have a TTS bot. I keep thinking I have a TTS bot, but I don't because I clearly failed yesterday. Okay, I'm just going to go to Cursor. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to go to my command prompt or PowerShell or whatever you call it. Oh, I guess I accidentally hit record on my stream. Well, I guess I need to do that anyway. So
run dialog blank.
I'm going to go
Selection
to run dialog. I'm going to do CMD.
Tech desktop list. Recycle C colon backslash Windows backslash C
I'm
colon
going to Windows app for maximize. I'm going to go to my document.
C colon back.
And I'm going to type MK
space
quote. Let's see.
CURSEOR space DMO quote.
Cursor demo.
C colon back C space D C D C E R quote. Source demo quote.
I'm going to tab Cursor demo.
Users backslash COD space dot.
Code period, or I could type
C colon
Cursor.
backslash users back.
I just usually have Cursor as my default VS Code, but sometimes I will use VS Code. And you guys will actually, if you stick around long enough, you'll actually see a revolutionary way to do CSS if you're blind. So I'm not sure, you guys better stick around. And because I made a VS Code extension. That's right. I made a VS Code extension. So yeah, stick around for that. I'm not going to share that right now. That'll be at the end. So got to stick around for that. Okay, so Cursor just like work VS Code. Let's see here. It didn't lose. I lost focus.
Left parent. To the AI tools I use PT to chat GPT dash tech client ID for web app create comma market and sell with the number one online course platform colon create C colon backslash web screen sharing meeting control left parent. To write the AI tools I use chat GPT dash tech client ID for web app login dash perspectives music dash u new tab dash Google Replit dash 404 surprise bang Philo ring sign and dash Taylor Win Taylor cursor demo C colon backslash win C colon back C colon back O D E space
I
dot
had things open I didn't realize I did. So no problem. Let me just open it up. Cursor decided it wasn't gonna open, when I pressed code period. So let me
C colon
get that
backslash
open.
screen sharing me. C colon back left parent. To the AI tools I use PT2 dash chat GPT dash client ID for web app login dash first music dash you tab repeat surprise sign and dash Google Taylor on dash YouTube dash Whitney Houston com Taylor on screen sharing meeting cursor demo dash cursor column 2
Cursor demo, screen
main
sharing.
landmark editor group 1
Okay. So Control I.
edit multi-line blank.
Open it up. Now I'm going to type in. So this is like your composer. And all this is really simple. You can be able to give it a prompt. It's like GitHub Copilot, but I'm telling you it's on steroids. Okay. And if I press insert down arrow,
Edit multi-line.
I get out of focus mode. I go
Out of
down.
edit plan comma search comma build anything
Plan,
dot.
search.
Clickable
anything.
agent CTRL plus I.
Agent.
Clickable. Clickable send. Clickable
Send.
past chats.
Past chats.
Clickable edit multi-line out of edit click toolbar button close AI sidebar clickable edit
close AI sidebar. So I'm going to type in
A
make
space A space
a
D E N O
demo
space A P P L I C A T I O N O R space E space O space U D E R S T A N C U R S E space R T S space E O double E R.
Make a demo app to understand cursor's power.
Out of clickable stop caret.
We're going to do this with all the tools that we're using today, folks.
Generate clickable make a demo application for me to understand cursor TS power. Clickable generate clickable stop I take LL help you create a simple but feature dash rich demo application that will showcase modern web.
I'll make a demo application.
Development practices dot let TS create a Toto application using next.js and TypeScript comma with a clean.
Oh boy, it's going to create a to-do list with Next.js. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
UI using Tailwind CSS dot. This will demonstrate code organization, comma, state management, comma, and styling. Capabilities dot. First, comma, let TS create clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line NPX create dash next dash app with latest out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command. NPX create dash next dash app with latest dot dash TypeScript dash Tailwind dash Eslint warning colon. PowerShell detected clickable list with 5 items. Okay to proceed question. Left parent. Create dash next dash app with 15.2.1. Okay blank.
Okay.
Terminal 1 comma NPY. Braille 145 Braille 1456 Braille 456 Braille.
That's system messages. Braille 456.
Clickable edit multi-line. Out of clickable stop. Clickable generate clickable. Clickable generating command. Avoid any path issues colon.
Avoid any. Okay, so there's a path issue. So all I'm doing is I'm literally going down arrow or I'm pressing E to go to the end of the buffer for a cursor. And cursor is not the most accessible because there's no like state warning, not state warning, but ARIA saying, hey, this is actually
I noticed the
happening.
command didn't tick T execute properly. Dot. Let tick extra. Avoid any path. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line NPX create dash next dash app with latest Toto dash demo dash TypeScript out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command NPX create dash next dash app with latest Toto dash demo dash TypeScript dash Tailwind dash Eslint ability purposes. Dot. If you want to read dash enable clickable list with 3 blank out of list NPX create dash next dash add your code inside a grov src slash grov NPX create dash next your code clickable terminal 1 comma NPX terminal 1 comma. Question would you like your code inside a grov src slash grov directory question double right pointing angle bracket no slash s question would you like your y term r terminal bell r y s terminal bell y e term at terminal bell square root would you like to use app router question left parent recommended right parent dot no slash s question would you like y terminal bell e s square root would you like to use turbo pack for grov next dev grov question dot no slash s question would you like to customize y terminal bell e s square root would you like to customize the import alias left parent grov slash star grov y e s
Sure.
Braille 124, Braille 145, Braille 1456, Braille 456, Braille 3456, Braille 356, Braille 236, Braille 1236, Braille 123, Braille 1234.
I'm going to shut up NVDA.
Braille 1456,
Just creating the initial Next.js package. And by the way, I'm not very familiar with Next.js. This is the perfect demo app to see how Cursor does when somebody's not familiar with something. So, yeah.
Braille 1456, Braille 456, Braille 345.
While it's doing that, I'm going to take chats.
Screen sharing meeting.
I'm going to stop sharing for just a minute. And then I'm going to, because this could take a few minutes, so I don't want to. Oh, it failed. Great. Well, let me figure out what's going on here. But I'm just going to quickly check chat and close some windows. Probably should have done that earlier, but you know. failed. I gotta figure out what's going on. Hold on a second. Okay. Man, I had like 5 tabs open. Okay. Just give me a second. I guess I was a little rushed, but it's fine. I'm going to quickly open the... Okay. So, let me share... Let me figure out what's going on with this, with the cursor thing. Not working out. Don't forget to share the live. Thank you. Cursor, please explain how it's accessible. It's really not that most accessible. Honestly, it's usable, but it's not going to be blowing out of the water with WCAG guidelines. Again, it's usable, but some of the controls may not have the best labels in the world, but it's still amazing. So that's that. Okay. You heard it for just a second. Loud and clear. Yes, I'm not sharing my screen right now because I needed to figure out what was going on with cursor. It was not working properly, so I was doing that. And I was also reading through the chats. So I may not share my screen at some times to be able to read through chats and things. So thank you. All right, working. You personally use cursor instead of sending it to code period. Well, sometimes I have it set to cursor period, so I can either do code period open VS Code or cursor period. But I had this set up for some reason to open code because at one time I wasn't using VS Code hardly at all. So I just made that easier for myself and it just said cursor period. I'm sorry, code period. You like the option of having cursor and code at the command line? Yeah, I do too. What AI tools do you guys use? Since you're using NVDA, does it work with cursor better than JAWS? Yes, it works with cursor a lot better than JAWS. A lot better. I've tried to use JAWS with cursor, and JAWS and Visual Studio Code, I mean, they've had some fixes, but it's not great. Okay, so let's chat. Let's figure out what it's doing here. Let's see. Let's open chat. And again, I'm sharing... Okay, so
see the AI tools I use
screen
PT Taylor on YouTube dash use screen sharing meeting C colon backslash win C colon
I
back
closed my
space
cursor.
dot
Good job, Taylor. So
C
we're going to
colon
open it
backslash
back
cursor.
up, and then Control
Application.
I.
Edit multi-line. Edit multi-line.
I'm going to press
Out of
up
edit,
arrow.
clickable editor, content editor, multi-line CD, Toto dash out of editor, great bang. Now let's navigate into the
Great,
project
let's
directory and create our
navigate to
Toto
the
applications.
project
Click out of editor,
directory.
clickable edit, multi-line. Out
So
of
you
edit,
notice
clickable
it
add context.
does.
Clickable editor, content editor, multi-line.
So you know the buttons are not really real buttons; they're fake. But again, it actually made the Next.js boilerplate, which is
Out of
cool.
edit, clickable edit, multi-line. Out of edit, plan, comma, search, edit, out of edit,
Okay,
clickable
so it
add
didn't do
context.
anything. I'm going to
Clickable
tell
edit,
it to please
Out
continue.
of click generating.
And this is actually really a great way of showing its power, just because of the fact that I haven't really used it all that much. So I've used Cursor, but I haven't used like Next.js. So this is actually really amazing to say, okay, even if you don't know a language at all, can help you.
Clickable,
Right,
please
so
continue.
let's
Clickable
see.
generating. Clickable stop caret. I tick LL continue setting up our Toto application. Let tick S create the necessary components and implement. The core functionality. Clickable editor content editor has autocomplete multi-line CD Toto dash demo. Out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command. Command succeeded. Use the accessible buff clickable list with 16 items.
And I can still use the accessible
Lang,
buffer.
Lang.
I'm gonna
Clickable
go
terminal
to
1 comma
B
CD Toto clickable.
to go to the next
Clickable pop out
edit.
terminal now comma let tick S create our Toto component dot first comma I tick LL create a components directory and add our Toto component colon. Clickable editor content editor has autocomplete multi-line apps out of editor clickable run command. Command succeeded.
Cool, that seemed to
Clickable
work.
terminal 1 clickable. Clickable pop out terminal now comma I tick LL creates a Toto
Now
component
I'll
with a modern
create
comma
the
clean
to-do
design
component
colon.
with a modern clean
Clickable.
design.
Clickable Toto dot clickable generating.
It's
Clickable
TS,
stop.
TypeScript. Ugh, I
Clickable
don't
add
like
context.
TypeScript, but
Clickable
whatever.
stop.
So it's working on it. I just wanted to up and down so you guys could hear. So it doesn't provide any status alerts when it's done, which is kind of annoying. I'm not sure. Cursor doesn't seem to be that open to accessibility feedback, but honestly, again, it's amazing. And So it didn't say that it was ready to be accepted, but I have some sites, so it says yes, it's ready to be
Clickable accept
accepted.
all.
I'm gonna look up the code, but honestly, I don't really know anything about Next.js, so I'm just gonna assume it's doing its job.
Clickable reject. Clickable
Right?
accept.
Accept.
Blank. Warning colon. PowerShell detected the list with blank. Clickable terminal 2 clickable left clickable.
Failed to do
Button add
something.
to chat CTR clickable. Terminal 2 npm run. Command succeeded. Left parent. Base right parent.
Oh, run dev. I had to open the terminal and press enter to
Clickable
run
editor
it for some
content editor
reason.
multi-line npx create dash next dash app with latest out of editor blank. Out of editor I noticed the command didn't tick t execute properly. Let tick s try creating the project. Avoid any path issues. Clickable editor content editor multi-line npx create dash out of editor clickable editor initialize the git repository. Clickable editor content edit clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd toto dash dev clickable editor content clickable editor content edit clickable editor no next out of edit plan edit multi out of edit clickable terminal clickable npm run dev clickable npm run dev terminal. Clickable 2 files plus 9 clickable. Implementation quest. Would you like me to add any additional features or make any improvements to the current? Some totals, marking them as you can now access the application by opening your browser to http://localhost:3000. Try adding.
Okay, let's go to localhost
screen
3000.
sharing. And the AI tools I use PT to the AI new tab dash Google Chrome dash link to calist :8000 slash meeting slash local 8000 slash :808 3 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 slam east 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 slash
Oops, it tried to auto-correct.
slash
Autofill.
blank localist :3000 selected. Localist heading level 1. This site can take TB reached.
This site cannot be reached. Uh-oh. So cursor didn't do its job. Let me figure out what's going on here.
Screen sharing meeting. Let's see back npm run dev dash npm run dev. Some code. Would you like me to add any clickable edit multi-line? Edit multi a s space n space o k g space e r v r space o t w k space.
So this isn't working. The server is not working.
Out of npm run clickable. Clickable terminal. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of np clickable. Clickable list with one item 1 dot. First comma. Let tick s make sure we tick re in the correct directory.
Make sure we're
out
in
of
the
list
correct
clickable editor
directory.
content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd toto dash demo. Out of editor clickable run command cd toto dash demo. Use the accessible but clickable c colon back using the screen reader and has disabled ps read dash enable it cd toto dash clickable terminal 1 clickable pop out term. Looks like we tick re already in the correct directory. Now let tick s install the necessary to clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line npm install. Out of editor clickable run command command succeeded. Clickable list with 9 items left parent.
So
Base right parent clickable terminal 1 clickable. Clickable pop out terminal. Let tick s check if we have a package.son file and create one if needed clickable listed there. I see that our project structure isn't tick t quite right let tick s create a new next.js project. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd and rm dash r dash out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command succeeded.
That's gonna maybe it
clickable
failed.
terminal 1 clickable pop out. I apologize for the PowerShell syntax error let tick s do this step by step clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command succeeded. Clickable use the accessible clickable c colon backslash users backslash clickable term.
I'm purposefully doing things that I don't know how to do because like let's say somebody's trying to learn to code and they need help and like they're trying to make something that they don't know. I'm purposefully having cursor do things that I may not know how to do. Right. So it's kind of with AI you always want to trust but verify. But in this case I'm trying to show how, exactly things work. Okay.
Clickable pop out terminal. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line remove dash item dash records dash force toto dash demo. Out of editor clickable run command.
Run.
Clickable list with 2 items. Commands out of list. Use the accessible buffer alt plus clickable terminal 1 blank. Clickable pop out terminal. Generating command. Clickable pop out terminal.
So I just went E to go to the next little area. And then that way I could go to, I didn't have to up and down arrow. I could just go to E. This is an Electron app, so all your little shortcut keys will work here. So that's something to understand.
Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line npx create dash next dash app with latest toto dash demo dash typescript dash tailwind dash eslint dash use dash npm. Out of editor clickable cancel clickable run command caret.
I might not have a dependency or
clickable list with 3 items. Blank. Out of list use the accessible c colon backslash be using the screen reader read dash enable it comma cd toto clickable terminal 1 comma npx create dash terminal 1 square root. Would you like your code inside a grov src/grov directory question no slash s question would be y terminal square root. Would you like to use app router y? Square root. Would you like to use turbopack for grov y? Square root. Would you like to cut y? Braille 145 Braille 1456 Braille 456 Braille 145.
Long story short, with
Braille 145 Braille 14 terminal 1 comma npx clickable edit Braille 145 out of edit plan comma search comma edit out of edit click npm run dev Braille 145 Braille 1456 Braille 456 Braille 3456 Braille 356.
I'm gonna go out of the window slightly because I don't want to have to hear Braille 1456 Braille 1456. So cursor, you got to know what you're doing a little bit. It's more technical. It can't just do things like automatically. So that is unfortunate. It's having trouble installing dependencies. So long story short, with Cursor, you probably need to at least have a basic understanding of what you're doing with like that framework or tool. Like I don't know anything about Next.js, but that's interesting. Okay, so it
npm run dev
failed.
terminal. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of npm
Okay,
run dev. Clickable.
so
Clickable accept. Clickable generate. Clickable run. Clickable cancel. Caret. Clickable editor.
what did
Content
you
editor as
do?
autocomplete multi-line cd toto out of editor. Now let tick s move into the new project. Clickable pop out terminal. Clickable. Terminal 1 comma npm blank. Clickable
I
now
guess
let
it
tick s clickable editor
succeeded.
content editor as
Now
autocomplete out of editor.
let's
Clickable cancel. Clickable run command cd toto dash demo
okay.
dot. Clickable edit
Finish
multi-line.
pressing
Out of edit clickable terminal. Clickable npm run dev. Terminal. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of np clickable. Clickable accept.
except I'm pressing up arrow to be able to figure out where things are. Again, it's not most
Clickable generating
accessible,
dot.
but
Clickable
it's okay.
toto.tsx generating.
Fine.
Clickable. The directory might already exist dot. Let tick s create our toto component colon.
It's creating the to-do component again. I think this is going into a little bit of a loop-de-loop. So I may just have to say, hey, look, do something like in Python or something because, yeah, it's not doing what
Clickable.
I want to do.
Clickable toto.tsx plus 2 dash 1 clickable editor multi-line tick use client tick semi. Clickable editor multi-line tick use client tick clickable editor multi-line less
All
slash
right, going to
clickable
the
edit. No
bottom.
next edit blank out of edit npm run dev clickable. Clickable accept all.
Accept all.
Clickable generating. Clickable open terminal caret. Clickable cancel caret. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line npm run dev. Out of edit
npm run
clickable open terminal
dev.
caret. Clickable generating. Clickable reject. Clickable accept.
Sure, try to
Main
run it, but
landmark.
I'm not
Use
sure
the
if it's going to
accessible buffer
work.
alt plus F2 to manually review output. Use the accessible blank. Command failed. npm error missing script colon. Quote dev quote
Missing
npm
script
error to see a
dev.
list of script. Command succeeded.
Oh,
Clickable chat actions
okay.
toolbar but clickable editor content editor clickable editor content edit clickable editor content clickable editor
At the
clickable editor
bottom
content editor
here.
multi-line left parent base right clickable editor
Trying to go all the way to the bottom, but it's
no
not
out of
working.
it clickable terminal npm run clickable 2 files plus 9 clickable would you list with one item 3 dot making sure no other application is using port
Okay, so
3000
here's what I'm going to
clickable edit
say.
multi-line
Please.
space space D space A space D B space R I P T.
Again, I'm not a Next.js expert, and if you are, that's great, right? But this is about how can AI help you with this, okay? So, if we're going to see if it can actually work, I think it can. I have full faith,
Out of clickable
but,
terminal. Clickable 1
no.
plus.
I'm
Clickable edit
doing this on
multi-line.
purpose here.
Out of clickable terminal. npm run dev.
Okay,
Terminal
npm run
clickable 1
dev.
plus. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of npm clickable accept. Clickable reach clickable generate clickable run command clickable cancel. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line npm install. Out of clickable run
npm
command.
install.
npm
Okay,
install left
fine.
parent. Base right parent. ps clickable list with 9
And
items list
again, I'm
item level 1.
prompting it
Oh.
pretty well, right? But again, I'm not going to do all these technical things because I don't know Next.js, and that's,
Left blank. Blank.
this is like a
Clickable terminal 1
non-technical
blank.
person if they want to do
Clickable.
something here.
Clickable pop out term. Now let tick s start the development server
Now
colon.
let's start the
Clickable
development
editor
server.
content out of editor clickable clickable open term npm run dev main landmark use the accessible blank command failed left parent base right parent psc
Failed. Okay.
clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd toto clickable editor content edit clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line app slash components clickable editor clickable editor clickable editor
I'm going to go all the
clickable
way to the
editor multi-line tick
bottom.
use client tick semi
It's really not
clickable
doing a
editor
great job
no
here.
out of edit clickable terminal npm run dev clickable accept.
So what have we learned? We've learned that cursor is best for people who understand how to code. So here's the question. Do you need to learn how to code to use cursor? Yes, you need to at least have a basic understanding of what you're trying to do because the AI will mess up. It's not very good at, you know, doing what it's doing. Okay? So you need to at least have an understanding of what you're doing because these tools, cursor really, like it's meant for coders, right? Some of these tools like Replit or others we'll get to later, you don't really need to be a huge coder. But cursor is one of these things that if you don't know Next.js or you don't know some of these frameworks, you need to be able to understand how to code. And this is why I had it do Next.js. Well, I mean, it did it by itself, but I was hoping it would do that. Because, like, I don't know some of these things, and I'm trying to highlight, look, if you don't know this, it may not work properly.
Clickable.
Okay?
Clickable. Would you like
So,
me to check anything else or make end list with one item 3 dot? Let me know if you see any error mess out of list if you tick still having trouble access features dot. HTTP the development server should now be running dot. Please HTTP //localhost 3000 in your web browser dot. You should see the total
so let's
screen
see if it
sharing
works
the AI
now.
tools I use PT to localhost Google toolbar look 3 blank localhost 3000 localhost heading level 1 this
Nope.
site
Okay,
npm
so what I might try to have it do next is be like, hey, make something in Python. That way I know it. Actually, I'm going to do that now and say, like, make a simple WX application or something. Because this proves that basically, like, I know WX or I know these kind of things. And I'm going to need to know how to do some of these, right? Because cursor requires some more technical knowledge. All right, so that's what I'm kind of showing you exactly what I mean here. So let me just say.
Main landmark. Use the
We'll
blank.
move on
npm run
from
dev.
cursor in a minute, but
No next
I
edit
want to show
field.
you what I
Clickable main
mean.
land clickable.
Because if I
npm
can
run
just
dev.
say make. Hold on a minute. I'm having trouble with
Terminal
this.
3 comma npm tick greater. npm run dev dash cursor demo dash
I have
cursor.
to Control W to
Edit
get out of these
multi-line blank.
windows.
P E A S space A K space A space N O space N space double X double P Y T A O N.
I'll say make this in Python because I know
Out of
Python
npm
better than
clickable.
JavaScript.
Clickable npm run dev terminal. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of
Okay,
npm
so
clickable. Clickable accept. Clickable read. Clickable generate. Clickable run command. Clickable cancel care. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd dot dot and then python dash toto and then cd python dash toto. Out of editor clickable cancel. Clickable run command.
it's
cd
not
dot
gonna
dot and then
work.
clickable list with one
So
item
I
list
could
item
just
level
say
1. C.
reject if I don't
Out
like
of
the
list
command.
clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line cd
Okay.
dot dot and out of it blank. Blank. Clickable terminal 1 clickable pop-up. Let me fix that with PowerShell. Clickable editor out of editor clickable can't clickable run.
So you
Command
gotta fix
succeeded.
it. It does not like to
Clickable
use
terminal 1
PowerShell
comma
syntax
clickable.
sometimes.
Clickable pop-out terminal. Now let's create our project files
Now
dot
let's
first
create our
comma clickable
project.
generating dot dot. Clickable requirements
Sorry if
dot
I'm screen
txt
reader off.
generating.
So it's gonna create requirements.txt. This is right for Python because in Python you need to have requirements.txt so that you can be able to, distribute it or something.
Clickable
So
clickable.
that's kind of
Clickable
how
editor
that's gonna
content
work.
editor multi-line flash equals 3.0.0.
Gonna create
Click
this in
blank.
Flask.
Out of
That's fine.
npm run clickable. Clickable accept all.
Okay.
Clickable now clickable. Now let's create our templates
Now
directory and
let's create the
HTML file
template
colon.
and
Clickable
HTML
editor out of
files.
editor clickable cancel caret. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete
Let me
multi-line
read
dir
this
templates.
again.
Out of it clickable run command care.
That's
Dir
fine.
templates
I'm
left
good
parent.
DIR
Base right parent.
templates.
PSC colon back clickable terminal 1 and clickable. Clickable pop-out term clickable. Clickable index.html generating. Command succeeded.
Index.html. Okay.
Clickable edit
Just
multi-line.
generated
Out of
itself.
npm run dev. Terminal. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of np clickable. Clickable stop. Clickable generating. Clickable
Okay.
index.html
Now,
generating.
okay, it's still going.
Clickable stop.
That was
Clickable.
misleading.
Clickable npm run dev.
See, it's not very accessible because you don't know when it's going to be done, right? It's not, it's not like GitHub Copilot, which I will show you that later. I'm going to show you Replit. We're working on Cursor, GitHub Copilot, and I mean, of course, ChatGPT and things, but
Clickable
right?
edit
You know
multi-line.
that.
Out of npm run dev.
And I'll
Clickable.
show you
Clickable
Cline.
accept. Clickable generate. Clickable run command. Clickable
Yeah.
cancel caret. Clickable editor content editor as autocomplete multi-line pip install dash r requirements dot out of it clickable run command caret.
Pip install
Pip install
requirements
dash r
TXT.
requirements dot txt cd toto dash clickable list with 2 items. Out of list cd toto dash demo left
Oh,
pair
it
clickable
failed.
terminal 1 blank. Clickable. Clickable pop out dot dot dot. Let take extra clickable generating dot dot clickable generating
Okay.
command. Let take extra running the application.
Let's try
Click
running
let
it
take
again.
extra running the application colon.
Okay.
Click out of editor clickable open terminal caret. Clickable generating dot clickable reject clickable accept. Clickable main landmark. Use the accessible blank. Left parent, base right parent, PSC colon backslash.
Okay, so it's not running
Localist
very
dash boot
well.
screen.
So is Cursor very good right
Look
now?
3000
It's
blank.
kind of being a pain,
3000
right?
0 3 0 3
Hold
9
on.
9 8 8 blank. Localist colon 8000 selected. Localist heading level 1. Python
Okay,
app.py dash
we're gonna move on
context
from
post.
Cursor at the moment. Would I recommend
The
it?
AI tools I use PT2.
Unless you're very technical, maybe not. Right? But if you're technical, sure, you can mess around with it. But there's other tools that will make it a lot easier. I'm gonna show you the next
Screen sharing
tool.
meeting.
Before we do that, I'm gonna go to chat. Yes, would I recommend Cursor? It depends. Are you technical? I don't know. Depends. I don't know. Don't know. It's not being very. Let's see what chats I have. I think sometimes we get hung up on products that weren't accessible. Yeah. Cursor's not a no-code tool. Yes, you still need to know your technical stuff. That's really, really important. You still need to be pretty technical. And that's again why I did what I did to show you that, like, if you're not technical, right, you may not be able to do it. I can, make this to-do list or whatever. But, again, I showed this as if, like, that's why I used a framework I'm not familiar with. Exactly. Play around with the tools. If you use JAWS, see what you think. Okay, so that's that. So now let's move on to Replit. So Replit is another tool, and it's Replit basically allows you to create, well, apps in no code. Well, not no code, but it will guide you through it. It has an agent mode. But before I do that, I forgot to actually talk about pricing. So Cursor has a 2-week free trial, which is free, of course. And then it has a $20 a month plan for 500 fast requests and then unlimited slow requests. Actually, I just learned this the other day on X. So like it will take a longer time to do the request, but at least it's there. In my opinion, this is okay pricing, but it's not the best, right? Michael and I are actually trying to figure out what tool is going to be best at the moment, so we're looking at things. I've been using Cursor since October, and it's pretty good, but it's, not the most price conscious thing. I will say that they also have a business plan or Teams, whatever you call it, at $40 a month per user. Again, that's pretty fair. I just, like I said, I think that you need to be really technical to use these things, which is fine. But like if you don't know a framework and you want it to help you guide you through, that may not be the best tool for the job. Okay, and that's the thing. You have an AI toolbox, and you need to choose the right tool for the right job, almost like you would do for languages. Okay, so that's sorry, not Replit. That's Cursor. We're gonna also show GitHub Copilot agent mode later. That's gonna be later in the stream because we're gonna actually have a whole section of Visual Studio Code tools. But right now we're gonna show you Replit. So I'm going to go to Replit, and again, this one is $25 for Replit Core. Now, Replit is a website where it has hosting, but it also has like templates, and you can make your own applications and be able to deploy them. So Replit is pretty cool. What I ended up doing yesterday for the YouTube bot is I ended up remaking it in Replit. Now, Replit's stack is React and Express. And I found that, like, I don't know React that well. I know Express okay. But I found that you can make things even if you don't know a lot of code with Replit. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind there. I'm going to share my sound again. Yeah. Share sound.
You
Got a lot of repls.
the AI tools I used.
I'm going to do Replit.
Replit.com /
Replit.com.
login blank untitled dash Google Chrome dash person 1 home dash Replit dash main blank.
Okay.
Out of edit heading button dismiss.
So,
Button refer a friend. Button dismiss. Home dash.
I don't want
Blank
to
banner
refer
landmark button
credits right
collapse
now.
user menu.
Although I will put my link if you guys want to get more Replit credits. I'd appreciate it if you guys would do that because then you could sign up and I can get Replit credits. You can get more Replit credits. But I
Main
will do that
landmark
later.
heading level 1 high Taylor comma. What do you want to make question?
What do you want to
Clickable
make?
edit multi-line.
So this is a text box, pretty
Blank.
accessible.
Out of edit clickable button attach file.
Attach
Button unavailable
file.
improve prompt.
Improve prompt.
Button unavailable start building. Button
Start
waitlist
building.
website.
Waitlist website. These are all suggested
Button
prompts.
statistical significance calculator.
Statistical significance
button book
calculator.
Scanner. Heading
Book
level
scanner.
2 your recent apps. Buttons button click
My
button
recent
unavailable
apps,
click
we're
up
not
edit
going to go into
multi-line.
that right
Blank.
now. So I'm just going to type in
clickable edit space
a
DM
demo
space A P space T A T space H O S R E P L I T S space E O W E R.
Make a demo app that shows Replit's power. Press enter.
Out of it button improve prompt. Blank. Main landmark.
Yes.
AI agent property page. Edit multi-line
AI
blank.
agent. So it's going to use React and Express because that's the only thing that's supported in the agent mode. They also have an assistant mode, which is like a chat bot, but that doesn't do a lot of like the coding for you. It can like answer questions.
Button clickable. Button thinking ... just now.
Thinking ellipsis just now.
Make a demo app that shows Replit just now. Graphic Tailor 80. Unlabeled graphic A absolutely bang. Let me propose what we take LL build for you.
So we'll propose what you're going to build. And again, this is not the most accessible either, but it still works. So
just now, I take LL help you create an interactive demo application that showcases Replit powerful features. App will include a code editor, live preview, and various interactive components to demonstrate.
I don't know. Okay, it's going to create a code editor. Oh boy.
Full stack development capabilities. Would you like to proceed with the implementation question? Checkbox unavailable. Check step dash check. Build the initial prototype chat / button agent will build. Would you like any of these additional features? Checkbox add more interactive demos. Checkbox implement user projects gallery. Clickable edit multi-line. P E A E space C R E A T E space A P P space.
Create an app.
T H S E space S A O S space W A T R E P L I space C S space A P.
Create an app that shows what Replit
button, scroll thinking,
I'm like, I don't really want to create like a code editor. I'm trying to have it create something that like, show what Replit can make. So I could just say, yeah, let's not do that.
Button pause. Clickable out of consider button scroll considering options
Considering options, again, I have to press up arrow to understand how it like looks. And again, this is $25 a month for Replit Core, and then that's how you can get the AI credits. So this is really good if you're doing collaboration because I could technically share this with Michael or others.
Clickable edit multi-line. Out of edit button scroll to latest clickable. Button approve plan and start.
Okay, what is it going to do
checkbox not
now?
implement template customization. Check add more project template. Check would you like any of these additions.
Oh
Button agent
boy.
will build the initial prototype chat / UI. Checkbox unavailable templates. Please capabilities possible with Replit. I take LL help you create a showcase application that demonstrates the different types of projects and capabilities possible with Replit. The app will include various interactive demos and templates. Please click the take approve plan and start tick button to begin implementation.
No.
Clickable edit multi-line. CREAT space LI space TODO space LIS O space OTAE space APP space.
Create a to-do list. I was trying to create like a project thing. Like, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to say create a to-do list or something else that, like, something else.
Out of reviewing your message.
Yeah, not liking what it's trying
Button
to create.
pause. Clickable edit multi-line.
And cursor understood like, hey, let's do something with like
Out of
to-do
edit
lists.
button scroll to latest. Clickable. Button approve plan and add task checkbox implement due dates. Check add task categories.
So there's like task categories.
Would you like any of these additional features? Question. We can also make changes later.
We can make features
build the
later.
initial prototype chat / checkbox unavailable. Start tick button to begin implementation. Include the ability to add comma, delete comma, and mark tasks as complete. Please click the tick approve plan. I take LL help you create a simple to-do list application with task management features. Agent will build with the approve plan and start. Rebel power dash Replit document. Click tailor 80 list with one item button. Agent will build with the out of list tailor 80 approve the plan.
So it says Taylor 80 approve the plan. I don't know why my username is that, but whatever.
Checkpoint manages now bullet.
Checkpoint made.
Button 3B6489. Free checkpoint after starting plan.
Free checkpoint basically because each of these checkpoints cost money and credits. So this is a free checkpoint after you start the plan. Now what it's doing right now is it's actually coding everything for me autonomously. So we'll see how this turns out. Okay. But this is a great tool if, you're not sure, or you're not a coder per se. This is how I'm going to end up making the YouTube bot with Replit. So.
Free checkpoint after starting button roll back to build the initial prototype.
Build the initial prototype.
Unlabeled graphic AI. Button show 2 more. Button created client /src /pages /home.tsx.
So it's creating TSX and it's, it keeps going. It'll say when it's ready. But sometimes it does not say when it's ready. So like the web preview, I have to kind of look at it and say, hey, it's actually ready. Because what happens is on the left side is a code editor. On the right side is the previewer. Okay, so it's like a Markdown editor or other editor. And since both of these want to make to-do list apps, I think that'll be the theme of the day. So it has a preview ready for us on the web preview. Let's see what it made so far. I'm just going to
clickable edit multi-line. Progress property page edit / web view frame clickable add a new task heading clickable out of frame link graphic open and button dev tools link web view frame clickable heading level 3 task manager add a new task edit button add no tasks yet add one above bang notifications left parent out of button add a new task heading level 3 task manager add a new task P no A F E P E A S E T S T
also please test
notification task added successfully.
Task added successfully. So it, read that. So it created a prototype for sure. I'm not exactly sure how long we'll go through this, but really it created.
Add a new task button checkbox not checked. Please test.
Checkbox not checked. Please test. Right. We can make this as elaborate as possible, but really this is easy and very, very efficient to get a simple prototype available, right? Because it literally just said, please test. Button. Oh, look at that. It created an unlabeled button. Look at that. So let's have it fix its button because, as an accessibility person, I don't know what this is going to do.
Notifications left out of list. Notification task deleted.
Oh, deleted the
task. Add a new task. Heading left clickable. Out of frame link graphic open in the browser. Edit / AI agent property page clickable edit multi-line. A-E-A-S-E-I space U-N-L-A-B-E-D space D-E-T space U-T-T-O-S-O space C-C-E-S I-B-I-T space.
Let's fix the unlabeled delete button for
scroll to latest.
So remember, as AI, it does not always create accessible code. So you guys should realize that. It does not always create accessible code. So just understand that sometimes that can happen. Okay. So.
Thinking ...
Thinking ellipsis. Oh, okay.
Button pop clickable edit multi-line. Out of edit button feed button unavailable send. Button feedback question. Button edited client user intention : add accessibility label to the delete button in the task item component edit / web view frame clickable button add. Add a new button no tasks yet notifications left out of button add a new task
no tasks yet. We're gonna try again.
Clickable task manager head out of list out of region heading level 3 task manager add a new task button add checkbox not checked sting
Oops.
Button delete task colon. Stitch
Let me
checkbox
try
but
that
add a
again.
new heading level 3. Add a new add a new
Cut the
T E
T
S
off.
T I F G. Test blank. G blank. Clickable task clickable heading level 3 task. Add a new task button checkbox not checked. Sting. Button delete task checkbox not testing.
See, it says delete task.
Checkbox not checked. Button delete task colon. Sting.
See, it says delete task. So it, added the accessibility. What do I say? Well, this is pretty all right. We could add more features, add task details and things, but this created a bare bones to-do list. So
Notification task deleted. Button delete task colon testing. Delete task colon testing button.
we could use
Notification
support
task deleted.
authentication, but this is a bare bones to-do list. Okay. This is very easy, right? You can add, delete. I mean, you can't edit tasks. Maybe let me add that functionality. But this could be considered a very simplistic to-do list. I'm not sure exactly how it looks, but, I think it looks all right. That's the thing. Replit creates good
Add a new
looking
task
apps.
edit slash AI agent property page clickable edit multi-line. A P
So
E A S E
please,
space L L O space O space E D I T A S K S.
please allow to edit
Out of click
tasks.
graphic tailor 8 clickable.
So just press, enter to
Graphic
send a
tailor 80
message.
clickable. Button scroll to latest.
Okay, so it's working on it.
Clickable. Just now. Mode to the task item component. I take LL add the ability to edit tasks in our Toto list application. This will involve adding an edit. Mode just now.
So it'll add an edit mode to the task component. So it's developing the new edit mode. And, I think after that, I'll show you, the other tools in our toolbox. And again, Replit is $25 for the core plan, which is what you need for the AI agent. If you go over that in credits, it will actually bill you usage based. So like, the amount over that. And there's also, you can host this. You can actually deploy the Replit to a server so that it will actually be able to be available for everybody on the web. So if I was really serious about this to-do list, I'd hit the deploy button, then I could actually deploy it. So say something like, I don't know, to-do list dot tailor80.repl.app, something or other.
Click
So it looks
web
like
view
it's
frame
done
frame
now. Let me
clickable add
look
a new
at it.
task button no tasks yet add one above bang button
No
add a new
tasks
task
yet.
edit
We're gonna say
S
test.
T
Oops.
T S E T T E S I G.
Press
Clickable
enter.
clickable task man out of list out of region heading level 3 to add a new task button add checkbox not checked testing button edit task colon button delete task colon testing
So edit and delete task testing. So I mean, let me try to
button
edit
edit
this
task
now.
colon unknown edit test button save change edit testing
Oops.
checkbox not checked search
Like,
edit
get out of
testing
there.
testing testing
I'm gonna
select
say
T T
test
E
now.
S T save changes button
Save
notification
changes.
task updated test
Task
checkbox not checked
updated.
test button edit task colon test
So this, I mean, this is pretty functional, wouldn't you say? It did a pretty good job in a short amount of time, and it actually did it, right? Instead of cursor like having trouble with dependencies. So this is pretty solid. Now the only issue I have with Replit is that it doesn't do a lot of things like it. I don't think it will do apps or things like that. But you know, for web, if you're a web developer, like let's say you're making web apps or even portals for people, the tool that I'd recommend you buy immediately is Replit. Especially if you're like self-employed and you're trying to make, portals or web apps for people and, or even websites. Like Michael was thinking about changing the Beyond the Gallery or whatever other websites from WordPress to this. Let's see how Replit could do. It could even replicate an app. So I could just say, hey, make this, Beyond the Gallery app from, you know, which is our shortcuts app. So Beyond the Gallery, you can submit Apple shortcuts or you can view them. And let's make this into React instead of WordPress, right? It could even replicate things. So if you're a web developer and that's really your bread and butter, yes, I buy Replit immediately. Go buy it. Of course, keep the stream open, but try it out. But if you're a mobile app developer, I'm not sure. There's other tools like Bolt, which I'll show you in a little bit, that is really good for mobile app developers. It can make React apps. So yeah, I mean, like I said, all these tools have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think if you're a web developer, go buy Replit right now. Because you can also collaborate. So you could send a link to your client so they could actually run it and see how it works. Or you could deploy it and then when you have a new update. I just recommend going to buy Replit right now. The only problem is it can only do React and Express. So if you want to do Django or other Python things, unfortunately, you'll be out of luck. But at least since the JavaScript world is taking over right now, you'll be good if you're a JavaScript dev. But this is Replit in a nutshell, and that is that. So let me go check our chats and see
new
what
tab
people think.
the AI tools I use Pete screen sharing meeting screen
But Replit's pretty cool. I love it. Let's see here. I love Replit. Let's see what people say on chat. Okay, so let me keep continuing here. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any new chat messages. If you guys are still here, go ahead and chat. Let's see, what you guys think about Replit or other tools that we have. But Replit is definitely great for those who may not be technical. It can create good prototypes and the absolute good. So if you're blind, you're making web apps, Replit is your place because it can make apps that look amazing. Okay, I'm just telling you this right now. It can make apps that look absolutely amazing, better than I could ever make it look. Right, so that's kind of my recommendation for Replit. And it's pretty cheap, right? $25 a month. But then if you spend more credits, it will actually, allow you to do usage based. Now, some of the like checkpoints, right, may not cost you anything. And the other thing too is it has like a Git based system. So let's say it screwed itself up, you can literally revert checkpoints and it's all accessible. Okay, so the only thing that's not really accessible is like status updates with Replit, but everything else is very, very accessible. So that's why I recommend Replit big time. And yeah, it's amazing. So go check it out. Let's see. Any more chats? What do you guys think? Let's see. Let's move on to Bolt. I think let me go with Bolt. So Bolt, I don't have the pro version of that, but you can get like 130K tokens. Now, if you want to do React Native apps, Bolt is your thing. So let me figure out. So Bolt is Bolt.new. So I'm going to start a mobile app. We're going to build a React Native app. We're not actually going to preview it on our phones, but share screen.
The AI tools I use PT. Bolt.new.
Okay, so
Google.
Bolt.new,
Out of
how
edit
can I
button
help
update.
you?
How can Bolt help you today? Question. Edit multi-line build a out of edit button. How can Bolt help? Dot
Build a
blank.
mobile app. We're
Dot
going to do
add.
that.
App. Mobile. Add. Blank. Space. Space. AI. Space. S. Space. T. O. L. S. T.
Build a mobile app,
Document.
that's a to-do list.
Out of button. Button unavailable.
Very inaccessible. There's button all over the place. Oh, wait a minute. What is it doing here?
No preview available. Button unavailable. Edit. Button. Clickable terminal input at blank. Button. Tab selected bold.
Very
Editor edit
inaccessible.
const left bracket fonts loaded right bracket equals
Okay,
use
so
fonts
it
left
keeps,
parent left brace.
it's going. Again, a lot of unlabeled buttons. It works. I don't use this one often, but it has a generous free tier, so I'm like, why not try it? I log in with my GitHub account, and yeah, like I said, I don't pay for this one. So, but if you're a mobile app developer and you use React Native, or if you even make Android apps but you hate Kotlin, this is definitely a great way to make Android or iOS and both kind of apps. And you can also make web stuff too. So yeah, Bolt.new, and it's pretty cool. But again, I don't pay
Import
for
style
it
sheet view
because
comma.
I don't.
Bolt property page clickable terminal input edit. Edit.
There's a terminal.
Button unavailable. Button. No preview available. No preview available.
No preview
Unavailable.
available.
Edit. Button. Clickable terminal input blank. Button. Tab terminal.
A
Tab
lot of
selected.
buttons
Editor edit has
unlabeled here.
autocomplete multi-line right brace comma. Margin left colon 12 comma.
There's making CSS.
Right brace right parent semi.
I'm gonna keep let it going. Again, it's not like I said most accessible, but we'll just see. And you can actually preview
Device
the
preview
React
dialog
Native
preview
app.
on your own mobile device. 1. Install Expo Go 2. Scan this QR code. Use the code scanner app on iOS or Expo Go on Android. Button. Device preview. Button.
Okay, so I want you to preview on your device. You can scan a QR code and use an app called Expo Go We're not going to do that today because it's just a
Use
pain in
the
the
coats
butt.
button.
We're
Use the
going to do
coats one
actually,
dot.
we're
Use
going
the
to get out of
button.
here.
Shadow offset colon. Shadow color colon. Tick.
Oops. And we're going to actually preview
Bold
it in
edit
the
slash.
web.
No
That.
next edit. No more text button.
Find where you do that at though.
Button zoom in. Toolbar.
Where do you do that at? Hold on a minute.
Bookmark. Document button. Create photo list menu button. Collapse sub menu. Export menu. Connect to Supabase button.
Oh, you can also export too.
Menu
So look
button.
at this. You can edit this before. Whoops.
Button open and stack. Button download.
Download.
Click
You
out
can
of button.
download
Button
the
open and
code.
stack list. Button open and stack list.
Stack blitz.
Button connect to Supabase menu button.
Connect to
Collapse sub menu. Deploy.
Deploy. Where's this
Deploy menu.
Link
deploy to App Store. Button deploy to web.
Whoa. Deploy to App Store. How does that work? Oh, you sign into your Apple. You can deploy right from Bolt. What? I don't know if Michael's watching this right now, but this is interesting because you can deploy right from the AI tool. I'm not going to dare try it because I'm not sure what's going to happen, and that's the last thing I want to do. But the fact that you can deploy from this little AI thing is incredible. Okay.
Link deploy to App Store. Button deploy to web. Clickable
Deploy
banner
to
button
web.
unlabeled graphic text chat region build I tick LLLB button.
So
List with 11 items. Create initial files button. Button package.son. No more text after a button. NPM.
This is using React Native.
Create star report button. Subscribe to Prof button. Button clear. Button sub 106k daily tokens remaining dot.
106k daily tokens remaining. That's because I'm on free.
Out of edit button unavailable. Button toggle button device preview. Clickable files. Button toggle button press preview. Button device preview. Device preview dial button. Used one dot heading level. Toggle button not press code. Preview toggle button pressed. Button device preview. Clickable files. Toggle button. Toggle button not pressed dot pretty Eric.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to
toggle x package dot son top scott button 88 button. No next bolt preview frame out of frame but bolt preview frame. Blank. Out of frame button. 50%. Button unavailable. Combo box collapsed open list.
This is not the most
accessible. Bolt preview frame.
I could preview it on my phone, but I was having trouble with that. So
toolbar view book document menu button collapse submenu connect to Supabase deployment to get miss chat region but list with 11 items. Create initial files but update package.son button. Button package dot button installed. How can Bolt help? Clickable editor edit as autocomplete multi-line import Bolt property edit slash.
Let me see. Sorry, I'm just messing around. I don't use this tool very
Bolt property page terminal input edit button edit slash button clickable building the mobile application combo box collect button unavailable 50% button Bolt preview frame out of frame blank clickable Bolt preview out of blank click out of 50 button unavailable combo building the button edit slash button a button clickable blank button tab selected editor at less text less view style equals left brace styles dots Bolt property page clickable terminal input edit slash. No next edit field.
Maybe it's still going.
Button. Click a button. No next button. No next button. Bolt preview frame. Toolbar. View. Book. Doc.
Okay.
Menu button. How can Bolt help you today? Question. Edit out of button. Clear. Button. Subscribe to 100s button. Chat region. But implementation quest. Would you like me to add any additional features or list with 5 items? Bullet. Check your progress in the settings tab. Bullet view completed tab. Bullet delete tasks used. Bullet toggle task. Bullet add new task out of list. The app is now running and ready to use. Dot. You can call.
Aha. The app is now ready and running and ready to use. Okay, so I just had to give it a minute. So it made a to-do list app in React Native that I could technically deploy to the App Store from this little AI tool. I'm very shocked because you could literally, okay, folks, you could literally make apps in your browser now. Okay? You can make apps in your browser for free. That's right, that little word called free, $0. Okay? So you may have to make it over multiple days, but you can get free tokens. Very, very, very cool. If you're a mobile app developer, use this right now. Go download it, of course. Stay on the stream, but use it. Let's see how this to-do list app works. Okay.
Out clickable editor edit Bolt property edit slash. Clickable Bolt preview frame add a new blank. Add a 0 act tasks. Out of frame button. 50% button on a 50 button. Bolt 0 add a new blank. Tab tasks. Tab completed.
So it's like it's like a tabbed app. So tasks completed.
Tab settings. Blank.
Settings.
Tab settings.
Let me go to settings.
Select blank. Tab
and I'm
selected
literally
settings.
previewing this in my browser.
Tab clickable completion rate. Clickable clear completed tasks.
Clear completed
tasks.
Complete
0% completed. 0. Total tasks. 0.
Total tasks.
Settings.
0.
Blank. Add a new task edit. 0 active tasks. Out of frame button. 50% button.
This is impressive.
Tab selected settings. Tab completed. Tab tasks.
I'm not gonna say
selected.
tasks.
Clickable completion rate. 0 per complete. 0 total. 0 settings. Blank. Add a new task. 0 act tasks. Add a new task edit. STRG. Tasks 1 active task. Click 1 active tasks. 1 act clickable. Testing. Clickable. Add a new task edit. Click testing. Clickable. Unknown document. Blank. Add a new task. 0 tasks. 0 active
So I just
tasks.
got rid of it. Again, the button to delete is not accessible, but I can fix that. So is this a good start? Oh yeah. I mean, there's no edit mode, but I could probably fix that too. But the fact that you could download this, deploy it to the App Store in like 5-10 minutes is amazing. And you can make it for Android too. So that way you don't have to go open Android Studio and wonder where your life went because you're dealing with Android Studio and your patience is gone. Okay, you can literally use this tool to download this, put it in the App Store, and also put it in Google Play in no time. Okay, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And yes, I haven't gotten the device preview to work with Expo, but that's just because I'm not very good at React Native. But I can also view it in the browser. Okay, so really, really amazing. It's amazing. And I can deploy it to the App Store. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I'm tempted to click on it, but I don't want to accidentally have a new app in the App Store for Techopolis. I don't think Michael would like that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you guys updated on this, but this is amazing. I'm gonna have it do an
Task out of
update real quick.
50%.
I'm gonna just tell it
Edit
to.
slash. Clickable Bolt property page terminal input edit. Editor edit as autocomplete multi-line. How can Bolt help? No previous edit field.
Okay.
Document. How can Bolt help? P L E A H space A D space E D I space D D E L E T H B U T O S H H A R E space A C C S I L E.
Add edit
Out
and
of
delete buttons
button.
that are accessible.
Button 106K daily button chat region. Please add edit and delete buttons. I take LL enhance the total list app with
I'll
accessible edit and
enhance
delete
the
functionality, comma, improving the UI too.
to-do list to add edit and delete buttons that are accessible.
Make these actions more obvious and easy to use for all users. Add accessible edit and delete actions. Button. List with one item button update. Button components slash total item.tsx.
So it's updating, and the fact that you can also download the source code, and I think you can also put it on GitHub. Okay, so you can have version control. All right, so this is really cool, and I mean, this allows you to do a whole lot of things.
Button
Right?
up button store slash total button update.
So
Button app
store
slash out of
slash
list out of
to.
region button. 106 button subscribe to prof button. Button clear.
So
Button
I'm good
update.
on
How can Bolt
tokens.
help you to date? Out of edit button unavailable upload file button button hide chat toggle button not press preview clickable editor edit as auto Bolt property page clickable edit no next
All right,
edit
so it's
no button edit slash
updated
button
here.
88 button click up blank button tab selected editor edit as auto tick tasks left less slash blank less scroll view Bolt
Maybe.
property page clickable terminal input edit button edit slash button no next edit field button click a combo box collect button unavailable 50 button Bolt blank prov
Okay.
tab task tab selected completed tab tasks
Tasks.
selected tab settings blank tabs button new tasks list 0 active tasks new task input edit new task in TESG task setting level 1 active tasks list checkbox not check mark testing checkbox not check mark task is complete
Mark task is complete testing. Okay, so this is really cool. All right, so it had check boxes, more accessibility, and I'm curious how this is gonna put on mobile. This will be really cool. You know what? If there's enough demand, I may need to put this on the App Store, folks. So you know what? How about this? Put in the chat if you want this on the App Store eventually, assuming Michael agrees to it. All right, just say I want this on the App Store, just something. That way, you guys, tell me, do you want this little to-do list app that is, pretty very basic on the App Store? Let me know, because maybe I'll add more to it and just, I don't know. Let me know.
Button edit task. Button delete task. Button edit.
Edit task.
Edit testing. Selection removed.
Testing.
Prov.
Oops.
Prov. Save changes button. Button cancel
Save
editing.
changes. Oh, you know what? I can also maybe make this a Windows app also, because I think.
Button edit task title edit testing. Edit task title.
I'm going to call this now test.
T. Button save change edit task title edit test. Button cancel editing. Button save change edit task.
Save
button
changes.
Delete button edit task. Test.
This works, folks, and now I can just hit
Checkbox
mark
not checked.
complete.
A no document. New task input edit added button unavailable. New task input button tab tasks. Tab settings. Blank. Tab completed.
So I go to completed.
Tab blank. Tab select tab task button edit task test. Checkbox not check mark 1 completed task. Checkbox not check mark task as incomplete.
Mark task is incomplete. Then it will move it to the other tab. This is absolutely amazing, folks. What do you guys think about this? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, because this is, I think it looks all right too, and this is pretty cool. I'm telling you this now. This is really cool. Imagine if you add Supabase to this and you make it collaborative. That's an interesting idea. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want me to pursue this as a little project, or is this just completely worthless? Let me know. Okay, so I'm going to take a slight break, probably for about 10 minutes. I'm just going to go get a drink. And after I come back, we're going to do all the VS Code tools. So we're going to talk about GitHub Copilot, Cline, all those things. But I'm going to take a slight break. That way I can regroup. And then when I get back, we're going to do the Visual Studio Code tool section. And the promo code and other things will be available then. Okay, so I'm going to take a slight break. That way I
Bolt.new
can,
screen sharing meeting. Screen
get things done real quick. Probably about 10 minutes or so. And then we will get started with the Visual Studio Code section because there's a whole bunch of AI tools inside of Visual Studio Code that are extensions. Okay, but I will see you guys in Okay, real quick, we got a whole bunch of chat messages. I want to address them before I go on intermission. I'm sorry that I'm saying all these things, but I just want to quickly address chat. I forgot to address chat. We have a bunch of chats, so I didn't see them. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sorry that all chat messages aren't coming through. Is anybody able to comment through? I really hope YouTube didn't disable my chat. We'll figure that out. Okay, so everybody's commenting. We're good. YouTube chat monitoring AI is coming. Let's test this. I'm just going to write promo code. Wow, we had to get creative there. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. YouTube will block messages. Oh yes, that's right. YouTube will block messages with links in them, Michael. I should have let you know that. You should be a moderator. Maybe you're not logged into the right account because I know if you're a moderator, you should be able to log in with chat. So make sure you're logged into a YouTube account, Michael, because it doesn't say you're moderator. Ooh, got 700 subs. Yay. Thank you, everybody. All right. Well, everybody's having trouble with the AI algorithm. Well, how about this, y'all? We're going to take a 10-minute break. Go, mess with these tools, take a bathroom break, get your snack, and then we're going to come back and do VS Code AI tools. But this Bolt AI tool is blowing my mind. Okay, it's blowing my absolute mind, and I cannot wait to mess with it even more. But we're going to be doing some more AI stuff today. So, yeah, I don't know. But I need to go take a slight break so you guys can chat amongst yourself in chat and check out Apple's courses and all the other tools while I'm away. And I'll be right back in about 10 minutes. All right, everyone, we are off of break and we're going to be doing the VS Code section of the stream. We're going to not start with GitHub Copilot at the moment. We're going to just start with Cline, which is another tool I'm going to get into. Now, the other tool, Bolt, we just covered. I'm not actually sure the pricing because I don't even have the free plan. Now, Cline is great if you want something that you can just use with API credits. So, you just want to pay a little bit to OpenAI every so often, right, to have credits. I don't like it because the problem is you have to pay for credits, and I code a lot, and credits would basically make it very expensive. So, that is not how that works for me. I just use Cursor or Replit or other things. Or with Cline, you can use free Google Gemini. Now, there are some limitations, but we're just going to use that for our demo. That way I don't have to consume my API credits. And it's pretty good. That way you may have to wait a little bit to use it, but, at least it gets the job done, especially if you're a hobbyist and you're not aiming for efficiency. Then Cline and Gemini work great together. And then I will show you GitHub Copilot, but I want to at least show you Cline first. So Cline, you do Control-Shift-X, you install the extension, and you can either use OpenRouter or Cline. I'm sorry. Well, actually, yes, Cline does have its own API credits now. It just introduced that. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I think you pay a fee, or you can use OpenAI or Anthropic or OpenRouter, which is like a GitHub kind of thing for machine learning. So you can basically subscribe to a whole bunch of collections of models. So it's kind of a marketplace. There's other providers out there, but that's what they support. You can also do local models, but I haven't had any luck with that. So before we actually get into Cline, let me show you chat. Let's see what chat has to say. Let's see. That way we'll get started with Cline. So the LLM that I prefer depends. Claude is the best at coding if you look at benchmarks. But if you want something like dirty and, getting ready to just do it real quick, Google Gemini is the cheapest by far. And, of course, OpenAI is like the OG. It started off the whole ChatGPT and coding thing, but it's really not that good compared to Claude. So Claude is the best at coding, but I would not recommend using the web interface because it's not very accessible. It's all right, but it's not very good. Let's see. Yeah, test-driven approach is pretty good with doing LLMs and giving them, requests. I have done that in the past. This stream is really to highlight the tools, but yes, if I'm doing something in production, TDD is helpful. Okay, so that's the chat. So now, and again, feel free to share this with your friends. I'm going to get to it. I close this other window. We don't need 5 windows open. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna make a new. Let's see. I'm not gonna share my screen just yet. I'm gonna make a folder called Cline to do. And Bolt and others are in the clouds. That's why I need to make a local folder. But I'm doing that this time. There's other tools out there like Pythagora. That's what it's called. That's like another agent, but not that good, honestly. And I don't want to show things that aren't that good. So, there's a lot of these little VS Code AI extensions. Okay. All right. So let me go into Cline. I'm just getting things ready and then I will share my screen and then we'll make a to-do list app with Cline. At least we won't be hogging my edits. We'll do free Google Gemini. So you can actually do Google Gemini for free. you'll need to get an API key. You can just go to Google AI Studio and then get API key. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to try to do that now because obviously I don't want you guys using my API key. Very simple, but yeah. So let's see. Let me get started. I'm going to share my screen.
You have started screen share, comma. Press F6 to switch
I
between
think
open
I've
Zoom
got the
windows
sound.
alert.
Let me
Screen share.
make sure though.
Mute, comma. Audio start videos. Oh, more
There
chat.
it
More
is.
news. Share up. Pause. Annotate. But show me more. Drop down button. Dock to bottom. But stop.
I'm going to, my Zoom was being slightly weird. So I'm going to stop. There we go. There we go. Screen,
You have started screen share, comma. The AI tools at Cline Photo Dash Visual Studio.
so Cline to do, the way I'm going to access it, I'm going to do Control Shift
Applications.
P.
Cell. N. 20. AI Cline colon. Focus on view,
Cline,
comma. Cline Photo Dash
focus on
Visual Studio
view.
Code document. Document. Type your task here. Dot dot dot. Edit
Type
multi-line
your
blank.
task here. Okay, so I'm going to say
M.
make.
P. Space. P. O. O. S. Space. P. P.
Make a to-do list app. Okay, hold on a minute. Now I'm having trouble. Okay, like I said, this tool is really cool, especially for hobbyists. Oh, now VS Code crashed. Okay, just give me a second. I guess I was going too fast. But Cline, again, is really
Loading
cool
alert.
if you're a
Toolbar. Go
hobbyist.
back left parent. Diff editor. Main landmark. Use Alt plus F1 to open the accessibility help dot. Editor as autocomplete multi-line blank.
And
Index
yes, it's
loading
very
alert.
accessible.
Index.html editor as.
There's also another mode that you can use. It's called auto approve, and basically you could just have it automatically autonomously
Index.html dash.
code. I'm doing that this time, but there's literally an approve button you could just hit.
Style
But
loading
this is
alert.
in
Style.
Cline 3.0, so it's literally creating this to-do list app as we speak. Okay, so it's literally making the file, so index.html, you know, it's,
Space.
uh-oh.
Diff editor. Application.
Whoa, my audio went robotic for a minute. That's weird. So, yeah, I think because Cline can take up a lot of memory in your VS Code, so sometimes it may make your computer a little slower. But it's creating a to-do list app, right? It's going really
Script.js editor
fast.
as autocomplete. Multi-line console loading alert. Script.js.
Let me restart NVDA. But it's creating the scripts.js. I think this is going to do it very simply, honestly. I don't think it's going to do it very elegantly.
Loading NVDA dot. Please wait dot dot dot. Script.js dash Cline photo. Const add button equals document dot get element by id left parent. Tick add dash button tick right parent. Semi. Diff editor. Circle style dot CSS dash Cline photo dash Visual Studio code document. Application. Main loading alert. Main landmark.
I'm
Script.js
showing
editor.
you this because this is literally a mode you can enable, or you can enable where you have to automatically, like, manually approve things. But I just did it in this mode because that way I could just be talking and it could just code it almost like we do in Replit. But you powerful control. So I'll show you.
Clickable frame type of no next edit out of button clickable
So
reject.
there's a reject button.
Button clickable button. Button clickable run command. Button clickable auto dash approve checkbox check open index.html. Cline wants to execute this command colon. Open index.html. Clickable checkbox checkbox. Clickable auto dash approve colon reclickable button. Button clickable run command.
So sometimes it will make
Unavailable. Terminal 1 comma Cline use Alt plus F1 for terminal accessibility help edit blank. Warning colon PowerShell detected that you might be. Command failed. Left parent.
Okay.
Face right parent. PSC colon
So
backslash.
it failed. It had base because it.
Click a command not found C colon back command not found exception plus fully qualified error in colon command not found exception left parent.
Oh,
Face right
okay.
parent. PS. Clickable terminal 1 comma Cline use Alt plus F blank. Blank. Clickable button remote.
What's it
Clickable
doing
button
here
no
now?
click a terminal 1 C colon back command not char colon of the name recognized as the name of a left list with left parent. Blank. Click a clickable frame type of message out of it button clickable start button clickable off checkbox check blank. Link still having cmd/ctrl PowerShell left parent type of message
Okay,
out of edit button clickable checkbox blank. Link still cmd/PowerShell Cline 1 tick t be able shell integration Cline 1 tick t be able to view the command tick as output dot. Please update VS Code left
I
parent.
just did.
cmd/ctrl plus chip Cline shell frame out of frame open index.html. Cline wants to execute this command
So
colon.
Cline is not working that well. It's basically saying it has to, which I already have it updated VS Code. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But again, use Cline. It's honestly not the greatest. It works, but honestly, there are better tools out there like Replit and Bolt. If you're not technical, use Replit or Bolt. Okay. If you want the all-around tool that can do everything, use Bolt because it has a generous free plan. So that's what I recommend. But this one, Cline, is not the greatest at the moment. So I don't even know. It's not even working. So that's Cline, and it's sometimes crappiness. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But honestly, that's that. The last tool, actually, there's one more tool I'm going to share, and that is the GitHub Copilot. And then I'm going to share something else that you guys don't know about yet. So, but I'm going to close out of this. Unfortunately, it did not work. It tried to make a to-do list with index HTML and script.js, but unfortunately, it won't run. And yeah, I can't get it
Context
trying,
menu.
so that
Close C.
sucks.
The AI tools I
So
use.
let
Next
me
left
stop
parent.
sharing my screen for
Screen.
just a second. We can look at chat and yeah. But you guys definitely want to be here for the last part of this because I literally made a CSS extension that helps blind people to be able to do CSS. So I'm just saying, you definitely want to be here for that. Okay. So let me quickly get the GitHub Copilot going. Okay. But if you have chats, please, you know, please let me know what you guys are chatting about. I'm gonna look at chat messages, but yeah, Cline is a disappointment for sure. Definitely a game changer. I don't use Cline all that often. Sometimes I use it if cursor is deciding to be a pain in the butt. But honestly, right now, Replit and Bolt are kind of where it's at. There's also a new one called Lovable, but that name is kind of interesting. So, a question. So, VS Code can really not create apps in Swift. The problem is that if it does it, like, it just doesn't have good Swift support. Gosh, if I can even say Swift correctly. Now, there is an AI tool called York out there. I haven't played with it, so I don't know how good it is. But apparently, it can create iOS apps using Swift. I think Replit, or I'm sorry, Bolt can too, but I don't think it is very polished. So let's see. I don't like that it can develop only web apps as well for Replit. I want to be able to develop WX, and that's kind of why I have to keep Cursor GitHub Copilot around. But I don't know. I'm gonna see because Replit has a desktop app, so I'm wondering eventually if you will be able to develop desktop apps with Replit. Mobile IDEs are very important, and yes, Replit has one. Yeah, I love Replit for a lot of things, especially if I'm making web apps. GH Copilot and Cursor unlimited usage for subscription. Yeah, I think that's true. Although Cursor, you have to use fast requests, so it's not always like unlimited. But yeah, GH Copilot honestly gives you the best bang for your buck, to be completely honest. The cloud models for app development are cool. I do not like the subscriptions because again, I would be done for the month and then I couldn't do anything. So yeah, Windsurf again, I really don't use because it's not really that great on ARM PCs and that's what I have. So Windsurf, until you get that sorted out, I'm not going to be using you. So that's the chat. So let's show off one more tool. Well, technically two, but we got a couple things going on here. So let's try out GH Copilot and I'm going to make a new folder. I'm going to actually use the agent mode, which is an insider build. So it may not work or may work. I just like the agent mode better than the edit mode. So I'm going to GH to do. I'm going to start sharing my screen just a minute here. GitHub Copilot is by far the most accessible. You'll see why. But yeah, most very accessible. Very, very accessible. Yeah, GitHub Copilot is, yeah, very accessible. Okay, so I'm just trying to get things sorted out here, and then I'll share my screen. But yeah, I don't know. It's very accessible for the most part. NVDA is having issues. Okay. Yay. Okay, so let's share my screen. And then okay.
The AI tools I use pt2-youtube-c:/gh-toto-visual g.
So remember GitHub Copilot, there's two modes. There's inline mode and regular mode. And not inline, what do they call that? We're going to be using the agent mode because that's in Insiders. I think they have a limited edition in the regular stable build, but the Insiders has the agent mode. The problem with Insiders is that it may not be stable. We're going to use the agent mode because it has better performance. I'm going to press Control-Shift-I.
Chat input
And I think I
out of
got to
toolbar,
enable the
clickable
agent
or type
mode.
clickable toolbar, toolbar, clickable agent mode disabled left parent. Menu, agent not checked 1 of 2. Clear, chat input, type to ask question.
So agent mode enabled, and it has like voice chat. You can do a whole lot of things with this. It's pretty accessible. It's very accessible because it even has status updates. So we're going to now say make a to-do list.
Working.
Okay, working.
Progress. Working.
And making noises when it is done with things.
Progress.
These are new. I don't know what some of these sounds mean because I didn't try the newest Insider build.
The folder is currently empty. Let's get start by creating a basic structure for a total list app. We take LL use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript for this project. I take LL create the following files: graph index.html, graph dash the main HTML file, graph styles.css, graph dash the CSS file for styling, graph app.js, graph dash the JavaScript file for functionality. Let's get start by creating the index.html file. Let's bang type HTML greater less h space.
Okay, so it's going to do main HTML,
out of toolbar collapsible chat list click out of toolbar clickable chat input comments out of c:\back clickable index.htc back clickable app.jc out of list button undo button view all edits button keep 3 files changed chat list clickable with 1 item out of
3 files. I'm going to say
index.html application button done button chat input type to ask questions or type / for topics press enter to send out the request use alt plus F1 for chat accessibility
help out
of clickable index.a toolbar button out of clickable Copilot is power commands and it visited link agent mode ask Copilot to add experimental.
Let's see. I'm going to say, and this is experimental, by the way.
Chat request sent working.
I'm just going to ask it how to run it.
Total list app, you need to open the index.html file in a web browser. Here are the steps to do that,
Okay. So, this is a time where I'm going to show you guys my new extension. One of them. So, I have an extension. It's called Markdown HTML Live Preview. Oops. And what this does, it allows you to preview Markdown and HTML. And it's like Live Server, but honestly, it's a lot better. And yes, I made this, so you can actually type in Markdown Live Preview in the marketplace for VS Code, and it will show up. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. And this is something I made by myself, folks. So Control-Shift-X.
7 toolbar clear extensions list click. Level 1 Markdown, 2 point Markdown Preview enhanced Markdown all in one Markdown PDF Markdown Preview Mermaid support search extension Markdown lang space LIVE space EREVI W toolbar extensions Markdown and HTML JS.live Markdown live 1 point Mermaid dash live Markdown VS paste latest workspace
for some reason not coming
Markdown,
up
2.0 tool search extent Markdown W5 extension.
I'm just gonna type in
MARKDON space REVIE space TEAOPOLIS toolbar extensions Markdown and HTML Markdown and HTML Live Preview, 1.5.0, publisher Techopolis, accessible if preview of Markdown and HTML files in browser with auto-reload toolbar, install button, installing extension Markdown and HTML Live Preview, installing extension space.
Okay, so this is actually something I made.
Link https://joinbits.org.
I made this for the bits.
Extend application //8.
So I'm going to do MP
35 10 MP set default port MP open preview 2 info Markdown preview unknown unavailable Windows security dialog Windows security do you allow button cancel button allow button show more button Markdown preview that heading level 1 total list add a new total edit.
Whoo yay! That was going to be so embarrassing if my Markdown Live Preview thing didn't work. But it did. So you could literally, this is an alternative to Live Server, and the thing is, it's fast, it's amazing, and people in bits are using it all the time. So this is the to-do list GitHub Copilot made. just some simple HTML, CSS, and JS. And it works great because then I can show you the other extension that I made.
Button add. Add heading level 1 total
Okay,
list.
so
Add a new total. Add a new total. E-E-E-L-E-T-E-T-I-G. Add button. Button add. Add heading level 1 total. Add a new total edit testing. Add a new total.
It didn't work. So let's go to
DevTools
DevTools.
Tool out of toolbar. Tab AI assistance. Tab console. Tab console. Out of link HTTP link localist error. Out of grouping link localist /:1 refused to apply style from tick. Link HTTP //localist 20,000 /styles.css tick because it's MIME type left parent tick text /HTML
Refuse to add
DevTools
styles.
document 27 copy
That didn't work, so I'm going to copy it from the console.
Index.html -gh.
I'm going to go back to GitHub Copilot.
Chat input comma type EAS space I space AI space.
Please fix this.
Chat request sent working. Checking left bracket right bracket left parent file // The errors you are encountering are related to MIME type issues and 404 errors for missing resources. Here are the steps to fix these issues: *** check the file paths in your index.html ***, ensure that the paths to styles.css and out of checkbox not button or button read out of toolbar clickable. Would you like me to run these commands? HT to your browser and navigate. This will list with 2 out of edit. Start the server nav 2 dot. Start the server navigate to your project directory and start the server clickable edit multi-line. Out of edit out of list. This will start a local server and serve your files with the correct MIME types. You can then open your browser and navigate to http://localist:8080 to view your total list app.
Interesting.
Your browser will list with out of edit start 2 dot. Clickable edit multi-line. Out of edit http-server open the terminal and run the following command to install. Install 1 dot. Out of list let tick set up a simple HTTP server to serve your files correctly.
Set up an HTTP server. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure why it's doing that because it should work properly.
Correct MIME to address this MIME types visited links visited clickable read. Clickable visited link visited like tick visited link let tick list with 2 correct MIME 2 dot visited check 1 dot out of list the errors you are clickable visited checked click out of list out of toolbar button unavailable out of toolbar tab select a tab collect tab copy edit sections toolbar button unavailable undo last edit button unavailable redo last edit chat list clickable with chat list e toolbar code block 1 editor multi-line blank.
I don't like that it's making me do an
clickable chat list clickable chat input comma type to ask chat input EAS space US space A space CS D space I space space PH space N space HT TP space ER VR working
yeah, that's
chat
the
request
live
sent.
server preview extension that I made.
Progress.
It's pretty cool. I can even do Markdown, so yeah.
Less bang dot type HTML greater less HTML.
Let's figure out what's
out of toolbar C back out of list button view all edit button undo button keep index.ht application button done but click chat input comma type to ask Markdown preview dash out of grouping main toolbar navigation landmark toolbar can add a new total edit tool look 20,000 localist heading level add a new total button add a new total edit blank add button add a new heading level 1 total add a new total edit testing testing.
So GitHub Copilot is really not seeming to work at the moment.
Add button add.
Yeah, it's not working.
DevTools console.
So I can mess with it more.
Link localist /:1 refused to apply style from tick. Error. Error select style line DevTools is Dr. Right select.
Let's
copy
see if I can
console index.html.
I'm gonna have it normally.
Chat
I don't
input
like to
comma
do this,
type space 1 space space ERROR space.
Make it in one file. Just fix
working.
the errors.
Reading left bracket right bracket left parent file colon progress.
I'm not sure it's doing something with MIME types. You know, normally I'd have cursor or other things help me fix this. Maybe I have to switch this squad. But either way, this is a really accessible tool. It's in experiment still, so it's not the greatest, but you know, this is definitely working.
Less bang doc type HTML greater less HTML lang equals quote end quote greater less head greater less meta charset equals quote UTF dash 8 quote greater less meta name equals quote viewport quote content equals quote width equals.
But I'm gonna have it
out of toolbar C back index dot H out of list clickable toolbar but out of C out of button undo button keep index.html dash application button done.
Okay, so
chat input comma
done.
Main Markdown preview dash http look 20 localist markdown http toolbar address search with Google bookmark this tab button.
Okay, cool.
Index less slash html less right document dot blank.
Are you working?
Border delete left blank.
Let's see.
With colon box dash.
Let me just not open it.
Less bang dot type ht less head less meta less title less style body left brace font dash family Arial comma sans dash
zero. This isn't working at all.
Markdown preview dash Google. Address 20 localist http. Screen sharing meet C back markdown preview dash markdown preview document th.
The code.
Index.html screen share.
Safe. Oops, I just stopped the screen share. I'm going to open this in my browser. Let me see. Maybe it's something with my. I doubt it. If
Markdown
it is,
preview dash Google Chrome C colon back screen sharing meeting index.html dash gh Markdown preview dash Google Chrome C colon backslash C colon CSTAR dot gh total names app.js not selected one of three index styles index total list app dash heading add a new total edit.
So it may be something with my extension. Oh dear. Okay, well, that's okay. At least it does HTML and Markdown very well, which is honestly what we needed to have happen. But I'm just trying to figure
Heading
out
level
what's
1
the
add a
deal
new
here.
add button. Added heading level 1 to added button add. List with one item testing.
Okay, so it did end up working. So it looks like my extension was having issues. It looks all right. We can't really edit or complete to-dos, but it worked. So I'll just have to figure out my extension later. But
GH total dash file explorer items C colon
yeah,
total
I don't know.
screen sharing meeting G total index.ht screen sharing meeting C colon back GH total dash file GH total dash C colon back total list app dash total list.
So yeah,
testing.
it worked.
Out of list button add list with one item testing. Toolbar markdown preview HTTP.
I'd say it's very basic.
Locality HTTP.
But I'd say the one that won the prize for the
toolbar
to-do list is the Replit
index.html index.h.
Let's see if I can
Chat
fix
input comma type
the...
PEA SE space EE C O M P E T E space E O D O space A D A L O space A L L O T O T D I space D E T E chat request sent
Didn't even let
working.
me edit or delete, honestly.
Progress.
So, the thing is, it's a to-do. Yes, AI is not perfect, but I guess now there's my extension. But either way, that's fine.
Progress.
I'll just show that off later.
Let's script
but I also
document
have a CSS
get element by id left
too.
parent tick add dash total tick. Out of toolbar collapsible chat seek out of list button undo button keep. Index.h
keep
application button done chat input comma. Screen sharing meeting GH total dash file GH total date index.h total list app dash Google Chrome heading add a new button add heading level 1 total list.
Okay, I guess I got rid of the other one.
Add add button list with one item testing button edit button delete total list app blank button D button add a new total edit.
It worked. I can edit and delete. So that's that. But I have one more final treat to show you guys before we are done. I'm going to show you guys a CSS extension that uses GitHub Copilot that I actually made so that blind people and others can understand CSS. So I'm excited to figure that out.
Toolbar.
So
GH total.
let's see. You guys want to stick around for this?
Font dash family.
So what we're going to do is, I think I have it installed.
Type the CSS Assistant colon. Describe current CSS file comma. Recently used CSS Assistant colon. Open chat 2 of 14. Copilot vision colon. CSS Assistant colon. Color contrast analyzer comma. Other commands 4 of 14.
So it even has a color contrast analyzer, so it'll help you be able to figure out if your colors are meeting contrast.
CSS Assistant colon. Describe workspace CSS 5 of 14. Main landmark. Chat request sent. Chat input comma. Type to ask question.
So you don't have to have API key. Well, literally, so it's describing the entire workspace. No, the CSS that goes along with it. So you don't have to have GitHub or
hey there, bang. Let me paint a picture of what this total list app looks like visually.
Okay, so here we go. This is what it does. I made
clickable
this.
Chat list click extensions chat list clickable with one item clickable you tick having a friendly describe all the CSS in this workspace in plain comma conversation you tick important guidelines colon list with 2.3 list with white bullet explain the emotion no next heading. Wipe out of list white bullet explain what a visitor would notice first comma set white bullet for complex layouts comma break side white bullet explain element clickable edit multi out of list with 8 items white bullet compare side white bullet describe the overall text style in conversational terms. Wipe out of list with 2 items white bullet user room wipe out of list 7 dot list with 2 wipe out of list out clickable out of edit attached colon index out of grouping clickable heading level 3 GitHub Copilot button used one reference clickable hey there bang let me paint a picture of what this total list app looks like visually dot.
So I made this like I said, and it has a whole big prompt that is attached. So here's what it's gonna say.
Heading level 3 big picture. This is a simple and clean total list app. The overall feeling is very organized and user-friendly, making it easy to focus on your tasks. The design is minimalistic, with a lot of white space and a straightforward layout. Heading level 3 color scheme. The background of the entire page is a light gray color, like a soft overcast sky left parent number F4 right parent. His gives the app a common neutral backdrop. The main container, where all the action happens, is a I.
And you can literally test this yourself. You can type in CSS Assistant in the VS Code Marketplace, and you can download this. So if you're like, wow, this is amazing, I made this a couple weeks ago.
Crisp white left parent number F right parent, which stands out against the gray background and feels fresh and clean. The buttons are a vibrant green left parent, number 28 of 745 right parent, comma, reminiscent of fresh grass, comma, which feels energetic and positive dot. When you hover over the buttons, comma, they become a slightly darker green left parent, number 218,838 right parent, comma, indicating interactivity dot. Heading level 3 layout. The app is centered both vertically and horizontally on the page, comma, giving it a balanced and symmetrical look dot. Imagine a small card in the middle of your screen, comma, about the size of a paper bag. Book cover dot. This card is the main container dot. Inside this container, colon. List with 4 items, bullet at the top, comma, there tick as a heading that says quote total list quote in a bold, comma, large font dot. Bullet below the heading, comma, there tick as an input box where you can type in new tasks dot. This input box stretches almost the entire width of the container, comma, with a bit of padding around it dot. Bullet under the input box, comma, there tick as a green quote add quote button that spans the full width of the container dot.
You see how like detailed this is, folks? Like this is like I said, I made this, and I was like, there's a problem with CSS because blind people can't understand it. So that's why I made this, and people should go download it. I'll put the link in chat, or Michael or Lauren, you can, but you guys should check this out because if you're trying to make things visually appealing, this will help.
Bullet below the button, comma, there tick as a list of tasks dot. Each task is listed one after the other, comma, like items on a grocery list dot. Each task has some padding around it and a light gray border at the bottom, comma, making it easy to distinguish between tasks dot. Out of list heading level 3 typography. The text throughout the app uses the Arial font, comma, which is clean and easy to read dot. The heading quote toto. List quote is large and bold, comma, making it the first thing you notice dot. The text and the tasks themselves are smaller but still clear and legible dot. Heading level 3 spacing. The design feels open and uncluttered dot. There tick has plenty of space around each element, comma, so nothing feels cramped dot. The input box and button have some breathing room around them, comma, making the app feel airy and easy to navigate dot. Heading level 3 responsive behavior. On a smaller screen, comma, like a phone, comma, the app would still be centered and maintain its clean look dot. Container would resize to fit the screen, comma, but the layout would remain the same, comma, with elements stacking vertically dot.
Do you see how much detail this gives you? You may not have to read this entire thing, but I'm showing you guys the entire picture, right? So I kind of understand, even if I was totally blind, like how this would look. Okay. So
overall, comma, the design is simple, comma, clean, comma, and user-friendly, comma, making it easy to focus on adding, managing your tasks dot. Toolbar button, read aloud.
Isn't that amazing? And I can also do, let's see.
Chat input, comma, main landmark.
I
Type
can
the name
also
of a
do
command.
one more thing here.
CSS 814 results. CSS Assistant colon. Describe current CSS file. CSS Assistant colon. Open chat 3 of Copilot Vision colon. Set current
I
input
could
edit as
ask
auto
it
complete.
questions. So I
Type
could
the name of a
say,
command to run dot. List. CSS Assistant colon. Describe current CSS Assistant colon. Open chat 3 of main landmark.
what?
Chat input com. A C O L O R space S B A C K G O U N D. Chat request
What
sent.
color is the background?
The background color of the total list app is a light gray, comma, similar to a soft overcast sky dot. The exact color code is number F4F4F4 dot. This gives the app a common neutral backdrop, comma, making the main content stand out dot.
See? And it can answer questions based on what I give it. So let's say maybe I ask, is
S A N T A I A T T N A A N Y T A I S space O N space O space O F space E A space O T A E R. Chat request sent. Progress. In this total list app, comma, the elements are arranged in a vertical stack, comma, one on top of the other, comma, within the main container dot. Here tick as a breakdown of the layout, colon, star container star colon. The main container is centered on the page, comma, both vertically and horizontally dot. It looks like a small card in the middle of your screen dot. Star heading star colon. At the top of the container, comma, there tick as a heading that's
okay, let's see.
I S space A N Y T A I S space A R space O space E E. Chat request
anything
sent.
hard to see?
Progress. Progress. The total list app is designed to be clean and easy to read, comma, but there are a few areas where visibility could be improved, colon, star button text star colon. The buttons for quote edit quote comma quote delete quote comma and quote complete quote are created dynamically in JavaScript but don't have any specific styles applied to them dot. This could make them look plain and potentially hard to see against the white background of the container dot. Star completed task star colon. When the task is marked as complete, comma, it gets a line dash through style dot. Depending on the length of the task text and the contrast with the background, comma, this might make the text harder to read dot. Suggested improvements star button styles star colon. Add some styles to the dynamically created buttons to make them more visible and consistent with the rest of the design dot. Star completed task visibility star colon. Consider.
So do you see how this works now? Like you can literally, test this with any of your CSS or HTML or other kinds of stuff. And like, especially if you're in the bits class doing HTML, CSS, this is a game changer. You can literally understand exactly how this is laid out. So in case you're having issues or you want to make sure it looks good visually, this is that. And eventually I'll add other features like looking at websites or things like that. But this is a CSS extension, and I'm going to answer chat questions, but really this has been a great stream. So let me recap. Replit or Bolt if you want to do something and you're maybe not technical. GitHub Copilot if you want to be on the budget and maybe you have some skills. Cursor, if you want to really explore AI and I'd say that you're a professional. And then the CSS extension and the Markdown things are great if you're writing documentation, or even CSS if you're blind and you want to understand how something looks and you're trying to make sure it looks good. So that's kind of my opinion on things. And yeah, and if you want to make websites, then you use Replit or Bolt, and mobile apps, you use Bolt. And desktop apps, you're going to either have to use GitHub Copilot or Cursor. So, or Cline, but Cline again is not that great in my opinion. So those are kind of my thoughts, but let me go ahead and read chat messages and see what's going on here.
GH Toto dash file expl. The
But
AI
hopefully you
tools I
guys
use speed screen
enjoyed the
sharing meeting control
extensions.
screen.
Let's see what chat has to say. Okay. Everybody loves the sound effects of the GitHub Copilot and the extensions. And yes, please follow me on social media for my work. Tayart at techopolis.social or Tayart on X. I think they're actually also attached to this YouTube channel, so you'll be able to find everything there. But really, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you have questions about my extensions, please let me know. But I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying this. And, if there's anything that you have questions about, I'm always happy to help. Okay, so let's see what other things. Any other questions from anybody? I don't think I have any other AI tools that I can demonstrate. I think, yes, I'm going to be doing a part 2 of the other stream for text to speech for, the other app, but I'm going to do it in Replit because Cursor kind of made a mess out of itself. So, yeah, that's kind of annoying. Okay. So let's see what other things people have to say. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so I don't think I have any chat messages. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a little bit, but even if you wow, I guess it's midstream, not able to talk. Even if you guys have any questions, let me know, or if you want anything to do with Techopolis courses or anything I do in any of the things that I'm working on, I'm always willing to answer questions or do things like that. And again, if you want the app and the app store from the to-do list I made in Bolt today, I will be more than willing to do that. Just let me know, assuming that Michael's okay with that. Oh yeah, Cline, you have to use the plan mode to plan the development or the feature. Honestly, I think for a while I didn't have plan mode. So that's why I didn't use it. But yes, plan mode is something that may help. Oh, then switch to act. Oh yes, reading the docs. Yeah, I read the docs. But then you have to do act mode. I don't know. It just seems a little bit convoluted. It almost seems like a knob that you have to turn 3 switches in order to get something to work. It doesn't feel very agentic, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Right? I'm looking for very agentic something. Okay? That's just my opinion. I'm also going to be probably doing streams eventually on training LLMs, so you guys want to be there for that and how to do that accessibly. I've got some other ideas for sure. I don't know. I just really love it. And then, of course, if I find anything else out about any of these tools, I will be sure to put it on social media. Let's see. I don't have any questions. I'm just looking through chat one more time. But make sure you guys use the promo code for Taylor YouTube promo code in the chat so that way you guys can get 50% off the Techopolis All Access. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. I'm just trying to check real quick. But yeah, what do you guys think about the CSS extension? Oh, what is it? Let's see. I don't know what code buff is. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to look into that. Thanks for giving me another AI tool to look at. Oh yeah, it's costly. Well, great. I'm gonna have to look into that. Great. That's always fun. But yeah, see, there's so many AI tools that even I can't keep up. That's always just there. I can't keep up. There's so many AI tools. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. I will have to look at these. Let's see, any other questions? What do you guys think about the CSS extension? You'll be grabbing it. Cool, cool, cool. Lauren's gonna be downloading it. Awesome. Like I said, if you have any feedback, because I'm not the best with CSS and like making it sound better, you just need to let me know, right? Because this is what I hope would be helpful. But again, I don't know what's gonna be helpful for everybody. So let me know if you have feedback. And you can also rate and review it. Please do. We're trying to get that up to 5 stars. But I don't think I have any other things in the chat. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait here for a few minutes to see what you guys think about all the AI tools. Let me know in the chat what your favorite AI tools are from today, and also let me know if what you want me to see next time for the stream, or also what tools are you trying out that maybe I don't know about. Right? Because maybe there's things that I haven't tried out. Or, let me know if you want to, do other things or what other tools. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I don't want to end it just yet because I want to make sure you guys get all the questions answered. But I'm going to be doing some more streams in the next few weeks. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 because if I get up to 1,000 subs, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So you guys want to be here for that. Oh yes, I have plugins on Techopolis.online. Check out Techopolis All Access. I do make WordPress plugins, so if you want to know how to do that, at least a basic tutorial, tell me you guys want that. I'm trying to figure out what you guys want from me. Yes, use the promo code. Please use the promo code. It may not be available for long, and you get a 7-day free trial. So use that promo code while it's hot. Okay, so use that promo code, get me to 1,000 subscribers, and you'll get a giveaway of one of my free courses. One lucky winner will get a giveaway. Okay, so you guys will definitely want to stay tuned for that. Share this with your friends, your social media, everybody you know. Let's get me up to 1,000 subs. Let's see. I don't think I have any more chat messages, but if you guys have any last questions, I'm going to be ending this in like 2 minutes. So last 2 minutes to ask questions. Oh, live exclusive. Yes, good to know. It's a live exclusive. So you have 2 minutes to redeem your promo code. 2 minutes. Well, I don't know. Yeah, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I mean, if there's a lot more questions, I'll stick around, but so stick around, get that promo code while it's hot. Come on, you guys can do it. Get it while it's hot. This does not come around very often, so you guys need to, act on it now if you want some of our courses. 7-day free trial, use the promo code and get half off, unless you want to pay full price. I don't think anybody wants to pay full price, so get that promo code. Get it now. Okay, I'm going to be ending shortly. We still have 5 people watching. If you're, yes, it's only for this stream. So get that promo code. Like I said, we're going to be ending in a minute or two. Make sure you guys get your promo code, get everything. Let me know what your last thoughts are. We still have 5 people watching. So let's get this thing going. We're trying to get this courses platform going. All right, let's see. Let me see what other things we've got going on here. This chat's long. Thank you guys. You guys are. Yes, it's 50% off all courses, all access. So again, the stream's ending soon. Get it now because it's going to be going away. Don't want to lose out. So I think I'm going to end it unless anybody has any questions. I'm calling questions one more time. Any other questions, throw them in chat. And then we're going to go, for the day. I'll keep you guys posted, but subscribe to the channel. That way you guys get access. And again, if we get 700, well, we already have 700 subs. What am I thinking? 1,000 subscribers. One lucky winner is going to get a free course from Techopolis courses that I teach. So let me know what you guys want because, or you know what? Better start sharing with your friends. Let's get me 700 subs. Okay. We're ending in 30 seconds. Okay, 30 seconds. Get that promo code in. All right. We are ending right now.